All right, welcome back to another episode of College Football Unabridged. Today we're going to talk about the North Dakota State Bison. And you might be thinking to yourself, I know that we're covering every college team, but why are we covering FCS teams? Well, that's because the North Dakota State Bison are now in the FBS playing in the Mountain West. They should be making, I imagine you're going to be seeing an unusual jump. A lot of the good Mountain West teams are now in the new developed Pac 12, which only has 8 teams, so maybe it's an 8 pack. I don't know. North Dakota State's been, perennial powerhouse in the FCS. You know, it's almost weird if they're not winning the championship. Them going to the Mountain West, making an upgrade up is kind of odd because you think you just stay there and be dominant, forever. It's a lot harder to be in the Mountain West and making a run at things, but with the expanded playoff and with the automatic bid for the non-group of four, um, I can see North Dakota State making some waves. How quickly? I imagine it's going to be pretty quick as far as in the Mountain West itself. They have Nathan Hayes at quarterback, big body, 6'3", 218, senior quarterback. He's been there for a while, making his way up to starter this year. DJ Scott at running back, 5'11", 203. I don't. It's a matter of. I mean, they've been a great team, even when they've played against FBS opponents. They've typically play them pretty tough. So with the Mountain West, I could they're going to be pretty. They're going to be all right. Defensively, they're bringing a lot of guys back. Keenan Wilson is a name to watch out for. Defensive lineman um, last year he had 36 tackles. Even had an interception as a 6'1", 285. Sorry, 285 defensive tackle. Obviously not like the biggest defensive tackle you come across. He's not. He's only 6'1". He's more of a linebacker. It seems like playing at like a bigger linebacker playing defensive line. But for the conference play, he's not playing SEC, Big 12, Big 10, or anything. He's good. He's athletic. Um, Scheduling wise, they got Jack State, Fordham, Air Force, Sacramento State, another team who's now in the FBS. Wyoming at UNLV. So it's basically at UNLV is probably their biggest game. Jack State's a good team. That's at home, so that should be an interesting matchup to see how that game plays out. It's kind of that UNLV game. I mean, honestly, there's none of the games are anything that I'd be worried about if I'm a North Dakota State fan. Even the UNLV game is like, okay, we're spot the ball. Let's go play Dan Mullen and UNLV. Let's do it. 12-1 last year. Obviously in FCS, but um, they've been so dominant. I don't see them taking much of a step back. Um, Outside of just the grind week in week out of playing a little bit upgrade in opponents, but I think they're just built differently. They're than just any team coming in. They're consistent. The legacy of what they've built there over the years. I mean, it's been many years now that North Dakota State's they got their program. They know they got their identity. They're just gonna plug in the Mountain West and have a chance to possibly run the Mountain West with all the changes with no Boise State and all that. So looking forward to seeing the transition and see how North Dakota State does this year.